Hello, everybody. We're waiting for a couple more people to sit down, so I want to welcome you to Tulane University. We're going to do something that will take only 2 minutes, but before we start, I want you to reach down and grab that cell phone and turn it off if you could, or just, that's right. That's right. I see a couple of people on the phone, so there you go. That off button, thank you. It won't last long, I promise. If you go through any cell phone withdrawal or anything like that, we have some Thames people that can help you out. All right. Okay, are you ready? Okay, would you please stand up for just a second? Okay. I want you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. Okay. I state your name. You always do this every single year. All right, one more time. Let's take number 2. I state your name. Very good. Promise to wear green every Friday. And anytime I'm doing community service in New Orleans. That's very good. That's awesome. Good job. Okay, wait. Now, it's time for you to put on your green shirt, but first, we're going to turn off the lights. Some people in the past have taken off their shirts, so don't take off your other shirt. Go ahead and just put the other shirt on. All right, go ahead. Thank you. I'm a little too short. Okay, Patrick, let's turn on the house lights again. All right, look around, everybody. Welcome to Tulane University. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the 2009 Tulane University President's Convocation. We ask that you remain seated for the Convocation procession. Let the procession begin. The procession begins with the entry of the gonfalons, vertical flags that bear the Tulane University shield. The use of the gonfalon as a ceremonial banner dates back to Italy in the 1500s. Each Tulane gonfalon is emblazoned with the letters TU interlocked on a shield. This shield is used as an architectural symbol on several of the Uptown campus's original buildings and also serves as the Tulane University logo. We have 7 gonfalons to represent the 7 undergraduate schools and colleges at the university. We now welcome Dr. Michael White's Original Liberty Jazz Band, who will lead the platform party. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand as we welcome Anna Cargill, School of Liberal Arts, class of 2012, to the stage to perform the national anthem. She will be accompanied by the Tulane University Marching Band under the direction of Barry Spanier.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Please welcome to the podium the Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Dr. Cynthia Cherry.
Let me start by first thanking Dr. Barry Spanier and the Tulane Marching Band. And thank you, Anna. That was wonderful. Anna is one of yours. She is a new transfer student who is joining us for the first time, and she's a double major in both music and theater. So thank you very much. That was tremendous. I also want to thank Dr. Michael White's jazz band, because only at Tulane can you experience Dr. White's jazz band at your convocation and at your graduation. To our new students here today who had the splendid good sense to apply to Tulane University, I warmly welcome you this afternoon. I also want to take this time to welcome our parents who are in the satellite locations. Thank you for believing in your sons and daughters and in Tulane. We realize for many of you this is a leap of faith, but you've raised young adults who are ready to be part of something extraordinary. But before we get started, I want us to take a moment just to relax. All of you have been very busy today moving in lots of stuff into those small residence hall rooms. So this is a time I just want us to take back and relax, okay? For our students here today, let's relish in this moment. Here you are, in New Orleans, at Tulane, sitting in McAlister Auditorium, without your parents, at your very first official event for Tulane University. I also want all the students here to take a look around McAlister Auditorium. And if you take a look to your right and to your left, you're going to see the Tulane University logo that is emblazoned on both sides. You're going to be in this auditorium many times for lectures, for events, and there'll be those times when you're going to want to take a look at that. The other thing is, look straight up on the stage. Above, you're going to see the picture of a mother pelican in her nest. Now, this is from the state of Louisiana seal, but it's also a part of Tulane University seal. Now, in addition to seeing that on our seal, There is also symbols representing Paul Tulane, who's the founder of Tulane University, and also symbols representing the city of New Orleans. You're going to see that Tulane seal at other formal functions. It's on the university flag, and it's going to be on your diploma. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. You've got a lot to do before that time arrives. So let's take a look, and let's talk a little bit about Tulane and about being a part of this truly unique city. When I moved to New Orleans, a native once told me that New Orleans has character and characters. And she was right. This is a city that is rich in music and food, jazz and jambalaya. This is a city that reminds us of ritual and rowdiness, of civility and culture. It teaches us what really matters. And at Tulane, each of you matter to us. Your goals, your aspirations, your career choices, your academic success, and your personal triumphs. Tulane is a special place because only at Tulane and only in New Orleans do you have the opportunity to take what you learn in the classroom and give back to the community. Only at Tulane can you expect red beans and rice every Monday at Bruff. Only at Tulane can you learn from faculty who are world-renowned artists and architects, physicians and philosophers who give up their talents to you in the classroom. This is a highly acclaimed university with a strong undergraduate program. This is a university which has graduated 19 Rhodes, 23 Marshalls, and 30 Goldwater Scholars. And all of you in this room have the same promise of distinction. That's why you're here. My fellow deans, faculty, and administrators on this stage are committed to helping you to be successful members of this Tulane community of scholars. And as the Vice President for Student Affairs and the Dean of Students here, along with my fellow Student Affairs colleagues, our role is to ensure that you not only get that degree, but that you complete your education by getting involved at your university. So through orientation and student organizations, residence life and Greek life, cultural events, and club sports, just to name a few, Student Affairs provides programs and services and leadership and learning opportunities for you and your Tulane community. Okay, now as a part of this community, we have expectations for each of you. We expect that you have come to be a serious scholar and all that that represents, that you will approach your academic and your co-curricular activities with authenticity and authorship, and with integrity and responsibility, and that you will contribute to this university in a way that is going to make our university a better place than it is today. You know, there's a noted author and a public servant, John Gardner, who once commented that he kept running into highly capable people who never gave a thought to the well-being of their community. And he asked, who gave them the permission to stand aside? None of us in this room has the luxury of standing aside. All of us can find our place in serving the Tulane community in our own unique way, making our contribution to a vibrant and caring community. And at Tulane, this is a community where we care. But to do so, first we need to take care of ourselves, and to take care of each other, and to take care of this great place, Tulane University. Comfortable indifference is not for any Tulanean. As members of this community who live, work, and learn together, you have a responsibility to yourself, to your family, and our society to gain all that you can from this college experience. We need you to be successful at Tulane. And why? Because we need answers from you. Who among you will find the cure for cancer? Who will find the formula for world peace? Who among you will solve the problem of hunger here and throughout the world? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, is she for real? You're probably also saying to yourself, I just came here to learn a few things, have some fun, and graduate. But you do need to do more. Our world is depending on you. We're depending on you. And I'm confident that we have within this class of 2013 the ability to make great things happen. So take advantage of the abundance and richness of the opportunities here at Tulane. This convocation marks the true beginning of your Tulane education. It is a celebration of our community. So welcome, and we're really jazzed you're here.
We ask you to now please welcome the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Michael Bernstein.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you as we officially begin the 175th year here at Tulane. And it's my honor and duty this afternoon to introduce to you the platform party, the senior academic officers of the university, and the leaders of your student government. To my right, your left, is the 14th president of Tulane University, Scott Cowen, who soon will address you. Cynthia Cherry, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, whom you've already met. Earl Retief, the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Dean of Admissions. He's why you're here. Give him a good round of applause. And Tim Clinton, the President of the Associated Student Body, a double major in music and biology. In the second row are some of the deans of the university, and if they would please stand when I call your name. Carol Haber, the Dean of the School of Liberal Arts. Angelo Denisi, the Dean of the A.B. Freeman School of Business. Kenneth Schwartz, Dean of the School of Architecture. Nicholas Altiero, the Dean of the School of Science and Engineering. And Pierre Bukins, Dean of the School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine. And then to my left, your right, Ronald Marks, the Dean of the School of Social Work. Lance Query, the Dean of Libraries and Academic Information Resources. Stephen Griffin, Interim Dean of the School of Law. Benjamin Sachs, the Dean of the School of Medicine. And Richard Marksbury, Dean of the School of Continuing Studies. In the front row, Donald Leverson, the President of the Undergraduate Student Government, an English major. And lastly, let me introduce to you and welcome to this podium the Dean of Newcomb-Tulane College, James McLaren.
Thank you, Michael, for those kind words of introduction. Good afternoon. It truly is a great pleasure, on behalf of all of the students, faculty, and staff who make up this great institution, to welcome the class of 2013 to Tulane University. As the newest members of Tulane's undergraduate student body, you have now matriculated into Newcomb-Tulane College, and it is the college that will be your academic home for the next 4 or 5 years. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking, but the 5 years is really for those students in the School of Architecture in the master's program, and not for those who want to take a more leisurely stroll through their academic programs. My job as dean is to help coordinate your education here at Tulane, including the intellectual, civic, social, and residential parts, and to ensure that as an institution we not only meet but exceed your expectations for this education. Tulane is a unique university, for it is a private research institution that is deeply committed to a first-class undergraduate experience. This is a rare combination in higher education, and one that will offer you diverse opportunities. From small seminar classes focused on a faculty member's particular expertise, to research experience in faculty laboratories, to service learning classes that connect you to the greater community of New Orleans, we're here to help you seek out and take advantage of all of those opportunities. You'll get to meet some of my college staff for the next couple of days at some orientation events, and I ask you to listen perhaps more importantly to what they say than what I do, since they will be your primary resources and guides through your time at Tulane. Now you're officially a member of the Tulane family, and as such, I expect you to stop me often and chat as I cross campus, to let me know how things are going in your lives, what we're doing right or wrong, or if for no other reason than to legitimize my favorite excuse for being late for meetings, that is, oh, I'm sorry I'm late, I just stopped to talk to students that I know. As an entering class, you are an extraordinary group of men and women, and I thought you might like to know a little bit about yourselves. This year's entering class of 1,500, just over 1,500 students, was selected from over 40,000 applicants, a number even larger than last year's record applicant pool. And I can speak for myself that I'm very glad that I wasn't in the college admissions process when it was so competitive. So you've got a lot to be proud of. As a group, you have demonstrated not only exceptional academic qualifications, of which you can take great pride in, but also a desire to be engaged in your community through service. Your standardized test scores, an average SAT of about 2,000 on the 3 tests, and high school academic records place you in the top 10% of college-bound freshmen nationwide. 4 students received perfect scores on their ACTs. Over 2/3 of you ranked in the top 10% of your high school graduating class, and virtually all of you ranked in the top quarter. Many of you have been designated as either the valedictorian or the salutatorian of your high school, and over 100 of you never experienced anything less than an A in high school, a trend that I hope you will continue at Tulane, though you may want to watch out for organic chemistry. And the Dean of Science and Engineering is going to give me a hard time about that one. You've come to Tulane with diverse backgrounds, from cities large and small, from all states except Vermont this year, and from many different nations. Some members of your class will be living in the United States for the first time. Students in this year's class have come from China, El Salvador, Mexico, Japan, Colombia, Panama, Israel, India, Serbia, Finland, Nicaragua, and South Africa, just to name a few. Your class includes published authors, entrepreneurs who have started their own businesses, a student who has crossed the Panama Canal, a recording artist, and a magician. Many of you have been involved in public service before coming to Tulane, and it is the integration of public service with every academic program that was a major factor in your decision to attend Tulane. You are from a generation of young men and women who are characterized by a deep commitment to giving back and with a desire to leave your community better than you found it. For that commitment, Tulane and New Orleans is grateful. The opportunities to continue your civic involvement here will be some of the most meaningful that you will experience during your time as undergraduates. We have in our incoming class a student who started a medical clinic treating underprivileged children in India, and one who spent a year between high school and college teaching in Australia, as well as many of you who have volunteered their time and efforts in the rebuilding of New Orleans. Your accomplishments, while considerable, are second only to your aspirations for the future. You have told us of your desire to lead at the highest level, to be Supreme Court justices, senators, to be president. You aspire to be Nobel laureates, teachers, performers, urban designers, investment bankers, medical researchers, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, social workers, and astronauts. I used to say at this event that I'm still waiting for the first student wanting to be a dean. However, after last year's convocation, a first-year student stopped by my office to discuss that career path. Each of you is now faced with both great opportunities and challenges. You are here today joining our community because you decided to grasp those opportunities and rise to those challenges. and to use your intellectual abilities to make your dreams a reality. We expect much from you. We know that you can, and we know that you will succeed. And we are here to foster that success. For the last couple of years, your focus has been getting into college. From today forward, your focus is redirected to becoming a part of Tulane. We want you to grow as individuals, as leaders, as people who make a difference in their own lives and in the lives of others. We want to help you develop those intellectual skills, to develop critical approaches to literature, the arts, sciences, and business, as well as to acquire the technical expertise of your chosen discipline. As Dean, my challenge to you today is for you to make the most of that education. Read and become better informed about the world in which we live. Understand its political, social, and economic complexities. Connect to this campus and the New Orleans community through service opportunities. Develop an appreciation of both the sciences and the arts. Learn broadly whatever your chosen major or degree. And soak up the rich culture of New Orleans, its music, its food, its charm, though as Dean I also caution, don't soak it up too much. Take a trip to Rock and Bowl, a unique New Orleans experience of uneven bowling lanes but phenomenal live music. I know some of you did that this summer. Participate in club sports, possibly ultimate frisbee, or join one of the many student organizations. Go to athletic events and support our Green Wave. Take advantage of our study abroad programs and learn firsthand about the cultures and traditions of people around the globe. Read critically for all of your classes and stay on top of them. But most importantly, enjoy your time here. Make lasting friendships and make every day count. It is amazing how quickly your 4 years will go by. It is therefore with pride and with this challenge in mind that I turn you over to my colleagues, the faculty. The faculty will demand much of you, and you in turn will demand much of yourselves. I know you will exceed their expectations, since that is what Tulane students do. Congratulations and welcome to Tulane University. And unbiasedly, and from where I'm standing, the best university in America. I would now like to ask all the first-year students to stand. Mr. President, I now present to you the freshman class.
On behalf of the board, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the class of 2013 to Tulane University. And it's with great honor I say these words. Based on the authority vested in me by the Tulane Board of Administrators, I hereby declare the class of 2030 officially matriculated at Tulane University with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Please join me in a thunderous applause for the newest Tulaneans. Please be seated. Today, each of you becomes a member of a scholarly community that was founded as the Medical College of Louisiana in 1834. Since then, Tulane University has evolved into one of the most respected and distinguished universities in the United States and beyond. Your class will add to this legacy of accomplishment and distinction because you are among the best and brightest students to graduate from high school this year. Your academic credentials and list of accomplishments to your communities where you lived and went to school support this lofty observation. However, from my unique perspective as president, you are not merely among the best, You are the best entering class in America to join any university, and there is none other we would rather have than all of you. And why do I say that with such great confidence? It is because you chose Tulane University in New Orleans at this very historic moment, which in my mind demonstrates your character and your personal values. It is no accident that you are here today. You chose Tulane because you know in education is more than acquiring knowledge or perfecting a skill. A true education is a process that transforms you into the kind of human being this world and city needs. While you are at Tulane University, you will have the opportunity to develop the habits of the mind and the heart that will allow you to make substantive, lifelong contributions to your chosen professions and to society in general. You will become a difference maker at Tulane, someone ready and willing to change the world by working to eradicate its most intractable problems. You will become people of consequence here and beyond. I was thinking about all of you a few weeks ago when I was on a plane and reading about Greg Mortensen, an exemplary difference maker and author of the best-selling book, 3 Cups of Tea. If you've not read this book, I highly recommend it to you. It's a remarkable story. It's a story how one person has devoted his life in building schools for young girls in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Thus far, he has built over 170 schools in the remotest areas of these countries so that the next generation of young women will have a better life and, in turn, be difference makers in their countries and the world. Mortensen's accomplishments are inspirational, remarkable, and visionary. But his journey began just as yours is, with the desire to make a difference in the world. Now let me give you another example much closer to home. While volunteering as a high school teenager on a camping trip with low-income kids from Atlanta, current Tulane University student Laura White was asked to supervise a swimming trip that suddenly turned disastrous. Fortunately, Laura, a competitive swimmer, was able to rescue 5 children from drowning. For most people, carrying out such an heroic act would have satisfied their desire to help others. But Laura wanted to do more. After saving the children, Laura realized that she and her fellow swimmers had a valuable skill they could share with these and other children who had been robbed of many of the opportunities we often take for granted. At 16 years of age, Laura started Wild and Water Swimming, a nonprofit organization that teaches swimming and water safety to low-income urban youth. When she began her collegiate career at Tulane University last year, she expanded the program to New Orleans. Wild and Water Swimming has taught 150 low-income children how to swim. But beyond just swimming, this innovative program fights poverty holistically by using the sport of swimming as a medium to greater confidence and achievement. Laura is now a sophomore, majoring in political economy and social policy. She is also a youth venture ambassador, working to inspire other youth to start nonprofit organizations and social ventures. Laura is truly a difference maker and a role model for all of us. I promise you, and you can hold me to this promise by the time you graduate, that your undergraduate experience will be unlike any other in the United States because of the intellectual and civic engagement opportunities provided by Tulane. Our students do here things that no other students do in America and make contributions as college students like no other group does in America. You will get to participate in the greatest recovery of an American city since the Civil War. Your education will be holistic, substantive, unique, and most importantly, it will transform you. Every one of you in this audience today are privileged. Not because you have had an easy life or because you come from great wealth. You are privileged because you have been given the opportunity and gift of a first-class education. And with privilege comes responsibility to make life better for someone else less fortunate than you. This is how you will change the world. This is your destiny. And I have no doubt you will embrace this responsibility as your life's purpose, pleasure, and passion. I now leave you with two short bits of advice and a story. First, the advice. Make the best use of these 4 years. Both in the classroom and in the community, I guarantee you they will go by very, very quickly. And you will want to take full advantage of this unique opportunity, which is so rare for so many people. The second thing I'd ask you to do is to remember the golden rule as you conduct your life here at Tulane in New Orleans. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Be responsible, respectful, tolerant, and accepting of those around you and the community in which you belong. Now I want to share with you a story about Paul Tulane, for whom this institution is named. Tulane was a trader and a cotton merchant who often conducted his business in New Orleans, but who was actually a native and resident of New Jersey. In his later years, Paul Tulane approached his alma mater, Princeton, and offered the trustees a gift if they would rename the university after him. Obviously, since Princeton is still called Princeton, they turned him down, something he took, by the way, quite personally. But Paul Tulane was persistent, and he wanted to make a difference in the world. In 1884, he offered the money instead to the state of Louisiana to name a university in New Orleans after him, a university that had the potential to become world-class. The state was already stretched too thin in the post-Civil War economy to adequately fund both the University of Louisiana and LSU, and they funded the money to the University of Louisiana, privatized it, and renamed it Tulane University in 1884. By the way, after his death, Paul Tulane was buried in Princeton, but with his back turned towards the university and his head pointed purportedly to the south. Now, there are many hidden lessons in this story, but one of the key ones is to never disappoint or rebuff someone from New Jersey. And by the way, in the interest of full disclosure, I should add that I was born and raised in New Jersey. Therefore, it is always advisable to properly behave so that the revengeful component of Paul Tulane's spirit, as handed down to this Jersey boy in front of you, never has to be evoked. The second lesson is to never give up. If you are persistent and determined in life, more often than not, you will achieve what you seek. And I suspect, however, that you already learned this lesson, and it may account for why many of you are here today. Finally, Paul Tulane, despite his oddities, was a difference maker because he realized his dream for a better world through the creation of Tulane University. My friends, be a difference maker. In order to be one, you must have the knowledge, values, and experience and interpersonal skills to identify and implement change. At Tulane, we are totally committed to your development as advanced citizens of the world who will lead with wisdom and integrity, and who will make a difference by making the world better. I want you to remember one thing, and I speak because it's been 45 years since I was in your shoes. The measure of your life will ultimately be determined by what difference you make for others, not just by what you do for yourself. I look forward to taking this journey with you and watching you grow every step of the way. You have chosen Tulane, and Tulane embraces you. I offer all of you my warmest welcome to Tulane University and New Orleans.
We now welcome Green Envy to the stage to close the convocation by singing the Tulane alma mater. Green Envy is the oldest student-run a cappella choir at Tulane. We ask that you please stand for the singing of the alma mater.
We praise thee for thy past, O alma mater. Thy hand hath done its work full faithfully. The incense of thy spirit hath ascended and filled America from sea to sea. Olive, green, and blue, we love thee. Pledge we now our fealty true. Where the trees are ever greenest, where the skies are purest blue. Hear us now, O Tulane, hear us, as we proudly sing to thee. Take from us our heart's devotion, thine we are, and thine shall be.
Are you all going to come to the house this year?
Please welcome back to the podium James McLaren, Dean of Newcomb Tulane College.
Today you will embark upon your academic journey as the newest members of Newcomb Tulane College and Tulane University. During this journey, you will experience both personal challenges and successes. The faculty and staff at Tulane will support you through those challenges and celebrate with you in your achievements. I invite you to take advantage of all that the university has to offer. Be active and engaged members of our community and make lasting friendships and memories. Today, as you go down the steps of McAlister Auditorium, you will begin those dreams as scholars and citizens of Newcomb Tulane College.
We ask that you please stand and welcome the return of Dr. Michael White's Original Liberty Jazz Band to lead the recessional. Dr. Scott Cowen will lead the platform party.